Hey patrons, thank you so much for being here. We're going to get you your May reading, okay? Hopefully I'll have some time to do a second one later on in the month. I'm not sure. I'll be doing some personal retreat stuff, purpose related, kind of energetic recon, if you will. So I'll be kind of doing some minor travel, and I'll just see how the energy is, okay? See if I can get you something after the 12th, because that's when I get back from one of them. But I'll need to clear the energy and stuff. I don't know how it's going to go. We'll see. And then I'll see if I could do another one. If not, it'll probably be after I celebrate my wedding anniversary weekend. So that'll be probably the weekend after the 17th. I think that's the date. Okay. It'll be like the 18th or 19th. I'll clear the energy of that and then get you guys something more towards the end of the month, okay? So just in case I don't have time or the energy just is off or whatever and I won't be able to do a second one this month, this will be your May reading, okay? Now I've got a new setup here too as well. And we're using a new deck, African Goddess Rising Oracle by Abiola Abrams as well. That's awesome. And I brought back some oldies too, so ones I haven't used in quite some time. So we'll finish off Guidance with the Kali Oracle by Alana Fairchild as well. And I'll get some identifiers. We'll get an idea of what's going on in the situation for frame of reference. You know, it's your reading, and then, you know, primarily focus on how you can transform whatever the energy is or what you're supposed to learn, whatever it is, okay? So let's get something for our patron spirit. Please and thank you for May. All right, Yamaya, nice, love it. Okay, card number 40 breaks down to a 4. That might be significant. That might be an identifier. April the 4th might be significant. Life path number 4, soul urge number 4, you know, however it resonates for you, okay? This could even be, I just heard house, so 4th house maybe might be relative here. Awakening. God, it's a gorgeous card. I love this deck. Gorgeous. Look at all those colors. Lots of purples, pinks, and oranges. Okay. All right, let's see. Let's learn. Goddess of Awakening, Yoruba, Nigeria. Temple of the High Priestesses. Element water. So you could be dealing with or are a water sign. That's Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or it could be somewhere in your chart, perhaps 4th house. Okay. All right. Or maybe this might be just tapping into more emotions as well. Okay. Goddess Yamaya controls the ocean, the amniotic fluid that nurtures us before we know ourselves. The healing, loving energy of this Yoruba mother, Orisha, never leaves you. Her guidance: wake up, awakened to your true self. Are those tears of joy or sorrow? Let them out. Yamaya swallows your tears. You are vibrating at a higher frequency, so you see everything differently. This is Goddess Rising. You're waking up. And once you have experienced awakening, you can never go back to not knowing. The path of awakening is not straight, comfortable, or easy. You have chosen to lift the veil and have a real relationship with the divine. You didn't come here to transcend this world while you're living in it. You came here to dig into the soil, plant yourself, and grow. This ascension is your divine purpose. The declaration on this card: I am receiving and radiating love. So you may be going through that and realizing how connected you really are, okay? And how strong your energy is. That's awesome. I know it's a little wild at first, isn't it? It's not something we're used to, having been conditioned by ego our whole lives. But it's an amazing feeling at the end. I mean, you definitely squash fears and illusions get broken, and you understand your wounds and your feelings and how to heal them and all that, you know? So maybe that's something you're going through right now, okay? Let's see. From the Soul Journey Lessons card, Awakening. Raising vibration, bringing in more love and light. And it's apropos that we're going to be tapping into Kali's energy too. So maybe there's a little more work to do, and you're not sure where to take the energy. We'll find out. Let's see. I'm going to get 3. All right, failure and patience I see on the top. But let's see what this is. Adversity. So maybe there is some challenge, okay? I accept the challenges are the best way to learn. Maybe you tried something and it didn't work out. With failure here, I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. And maybe it's just a redirect at this time, okay? Or maybe you're supposed to sit there and observe the situation and see what else you're supposed to learn from it. I accept that everything happens in divine order. It could also just be maybe it wasn't for you, right? That whatever that you were trying wasn't for you, and you're being redirected to something that is for you, for your path, your purpose. Okay. I'm trying to stick it here so you can still see it. All right, tell me more. Adversity, let's talk about that. The challenges, mistakes made. Got a sense to maybe a friendship or something, because it popped up in my mind right now of what just happened for me, where maybe you feel like a relationship had kind of fell apart. Maybe you've been going through a lot and been neglecting that relationship, and maybe feel guilty about that. But just know, it takes 2 to tango. It takes, relationship shouldn't be a one-way street. A person, you have to remember, if, had a falling out with somebody, or you feel like you made a mistake in that relationship, just know that if they weren't making themselves known and they weren't communicating with you, there's no fault. Really, both sides messed up. One side is probably just occupied, and the other one is being more demanding, right? And it's all just a lesson to learn in the situation, okay? Because, I immediately went to that feeling regret for something. I'm like, what if I said something and didn't realize it? And, she'd been acting weird to me for a couple months now, and I don't know why. And I see the energy switch up constantly, and, and I don't understand what's happening. It used to be so solid. What happened, And then I realized, no, I've been going through a lot, and my energy's been distracted. And it's been on Front Street about that. That's been known. If she had questions, she could have easily communicated, right? Oftentimes it's just a lack of communication. So if this challenge happened as a result of ill communication, maybe that might be an identifier for you. But let's see. But there's a reason this happened, right? Everything happens in divine order. So maybe you have to be patient about a situation, and just kind of write out what it's supposed to teach you. Maybe it's not time that you get all the details right now, right? So don't provide any manic energy. It'll just come. It'll flow. The universe flows, okay? We have ghost here, so maybe absence of some kind. I also see this sort of protective energy. Maybe this person's absent, or this situation became absent because it's actually protecting you, from something that has nothing to do with you at all, okay? Maybe something that will become known with fame here. Could have something to do with someone vying for popularity. Maybe that's an energy that's not going to be in alignment with purpose for you at this time. Ooh, this bitch is crazy. Yeah, maybe this is somebody that's trying to show off a lot, okay? And you're trying to protect, your spirit is trying to protect you from whatever they're going to bring in, okay? Maybe they become unstable or something. All right, let's see. I'm not getting a sense of relationship here, but since this does remind me of a recent circumstance with a friend or soul family, maybe someone you felt was soul family, something like that, maybe a soul connection of some kind. Let's see. Definitely. If they had been out there in public, trying to be popular, trying to get known, trying to get attention. I'm just looking at these cards, trying to get the sense of the energy off of them. You're being kind of protected. Maybe they're attracting in some wrong energies or just energies that are out of alignment with you, and you're being protected from that, okay? You would know what this situation is. It seems to be very show-offy energy that's happened, okay? Could be, too, this person might feel guilty about that. You know what I mean? So keep that in mind. We have Blue Moon and Capricorn here, so that might be an identifier. Maybe somebody that had been, or a situation that had exposed itself to being ambitious, serious, shrewd, practical, resourceful, hardworking, cautious, enduring. Again, with the patience is here, disciplined and wise, okay? Or, like I said, appearing to be, right? Whether or not they are is a whole other ball game. But we also have this really rare opportunity with Blue Moon here that you might have to be patient about, okay? Once in a lifetime opportunity, the impossible is possible. So whatever you're feeling is impossible about this, it might actually be possible. Something so rare you'd be lucky. Don't miss your chance, okay? You could have a Moon Capricorn. Let's see. Tell me about any signs and situations here. I'm also going to assess tarot on it, if I can remember. All right, we have Leo and Strength. So you might be dealing with Leo, or Leo might be significant here. Aquarius and Star. Ooh, nice. So this is a time to strengthen up for you, because you're about to get some divine messages. You're about to get some awakening, some epiphany, some wake up. You're also going to have an opportunity to severely heal something that you know, maybe you've had a hard time with, okay? Leo came out heavy. So Leo might be really important here. I'm going to roll that again. We also have Scorpio with the Death card. So there is some kind of transformation here, okay? And Libra, things are going to get balanced out, okay? That's the Justice card. There's going to be fairness in this. Divine order is at play, okay? I know some see it as karma, but it really is a karmic lesson. And it's just something that's recalibrating for you at this time. All right. The future. That's the Seer card. So being able to see beyond the veil here. Just like Yemaya talked about, magic, definitely something's manifesting. This is also about gifts, given, received, even if it's from between two completely different people. You've got Merlin there and a mermaid, right? So, and even different genders, because that could be also as well. Maybe there's some kind of diversity in this situation, okay? So being open to that receiving of that gift, okay? And contemplation, but at the same time also just being able to see what it really is and really evaluate it, like not being too impetuous with it, okay? Really taking some time here. And patience will be key to really assess how it makes you feel, if it feels in high vibrational, and it's maintaining where you're wanting to go, okay? Let's get some chakras. For those that might be struggling or just need confirmation if that's the chakras you've been trying to clear out or balance out at this time. Also what it may be for. All right, sacral chakra. Inspiration. Maybe you'll get inspired by looking through the veil here. There might be some unrelated thing you get inspired to do. This could be a creative outlet. 11 and 2 might be significant. We got February energy. There is Aquarius. All right. 26 and 8. August energy again with Leo. Dreams. Maybe you're going to get some kind of visual inspiration. Could be daydreams. It could be night dreams. Okay. If you're in a meditative state, you might get some vision. Pay attention to those. That might give you an idea of what to expect here. That could be the gift, okay? This could be a gift between you and spirit, your spirit, okay? And holistic health. Just maintain mind, body, spirit health at this time. Root chakra and third eye. Number 7, July. So you could be, what is that, a Cancer Leo cusp? Yeah, you could be dealing with a Cancer Leo cusp. I know I am. All right. So this could be a reading for me too. After all, I am part of the collective. Here's some final guidance here. Holly, darling, what do you have to say? Lay it out for us. Get naked. Get vulnerable. No holds barred, right? She is fierce like that. We have card number 22, a master number. That's awesome. So obviously some balancing act here. Maybe decisions to be made. Okay, with the 2s. Also breaks down to a 4. 4. We have Dhumavati. Okay. Beloved Mother who dwells in the smoke, who presides over the most difficult transitions, she who knows that certain endings are unavoidable. They are necessary predecessors to radical reinvention. Her presence brings the message that though disappointment, defeat, or loss, and the negative repercussions of such experiences may cause suffering for a time, they will not limit your future happiness, however. They are means for opening as yet unrecognized pathways for fulfillment, thus the patience, right? So maybe there's more to be known about this situation for you. Your trust must be unconditional at this time, and later you shall see that everything has worked out for the absolute best. The 7th of the Mahavijaya wisdom goddesses is Dhumavati. She is the crone goddess, and uniquely in the Hindu context, from which she arises, also a widow. Her name means she who is made of smoke. And as the expression goes, where there's smoke, there's fire. Dhumavati is associated with the profound suffering. Just as smoke is the polluting and concealing manifestation of fire, it can be hard to believe that there is any divine blessing, hidden or otherwise, when we are in the agonies of intense suffering. In honoring Dhumavati, we acknowledge that suffering is part of life and can develop compassion. Our capacity for kindness is often in direct proportion to the suffering we have experienced and processed, as it can grow empathy, wisdom in the soul. Some continue to create pain for themselves and others alleviate suffering in the world through what they have learned. The difference comes through the willingness to face and process pain. So that may be a moment for you right now. It's just to kind of process what just happened, okay? It may have been a surprise. I know it was for me too. Dhumavati can help us find the courage to be real about our suffering, neither becoming lost in it nor avoiding it, but rather to go through it and process it. Dhumavati is often associated with the most painful aspects of human existence: aging, disease, thirst, poverty, hunger, death, and ugliness on all levels. This may cause some to fear her and try to push her away. Yet when we are suffering greatly, we know that she is with us. With her black, smoky skin, she becomes the blackened Madonna, the beloved mother, who does not watch our suffering from some remote place in blissful detachment, but is suffering along with us. Our cries resonate in her heart. In our emotional anguish, she is our sacred companion, and her presence can help us bear witness with honesty and courage. Healing begins with an acknowledgement of suffering. You cannot resolve an issue if you deny it exists. Bearing honest witness is the only way for change to begin. When Dhumavati arises in a reading, there is an opportunity to end a profound and difficult struggle, perhaps one that is obscured and difficult to articulate and acknowledge. Such truth speaking to yourself happens when you can admit, this is not good for me. I had to do that. It wasn't good for me. And I'm not sure yet what or how, but something needs to stop. Dhumavati is sometimes depicted with two crows attempting to pull a cart they cannot move. At other times, her cart is without means of movement at all. She brings the message that the path you are on cannot take you any further. And I recognized that and I had to move on. So maybe that might be a signal to do same or redirect yourself somewhere, okay? Joy and happiness were also talked about a lot. I noticed it came up just overall for me personally. So maybe refocus to happy things. Happy, happy, joy, joy. Okay? This does not mean that life is over, but rather that life as you know, have known, has come to an end. This is the inception of a new cycle. To be ready for it, as we know from Kali's mysteries, we must grieve and release what has been. In the social context from which Dhumavati emerges, widows are at the edges of acceptable social status. In this way, Dhumavati is a goddess for those who have been shunned, criticized, or denounced, those forced out of social status or position through circumstances that are not necessarily of their own choosing. When external events seem to be forcing you in a certain direction, feelings of vulnerability can arise, absolutely, but then so a sense of being deeply guided by the universe, also, absolutely. Dhumavati's presence signifies a time when something you once counted on has failed you in some way. Through that process, opportunities open that would not have otherwise been available to you. Dhumavati is the harbinger of endings and loss, but also of radical trust and secret blessings that are revealed later, and most often unexpectedly. And I get the sense that may be happening with this blue moon energy. So my suggestion is try not to add any manic energy and just kind of flow with it, okay? You don't want it to slow down because you're anticipating it, right? You've already manifested something. Obviously, it's something you've manifested, okay? So just let it come in, okay? Be patient. Let it happen on its own time, all right? New horizons open up. Something avoided at all costs happens anyway, and we end up being grateful for it because it frees us. I absolutely felt that too. Everything changes. It wasn't easy. It took courage. It hurt a lot. We had to grow. But she was there with us, letting us know. This feels terrible, but something good is going to come from it. The pain will end. You're going to be more than just okay. You're going to thrive. I love it. I think that's going to be our title. Okay? Hold on, let me save that page before I lose it again. That last thing right there, that's our title. Bam. All right, let me get to it. So you got this, okay? Just be patient and let it come into you, okay? Try not to put any manic energy into it, all right? Have a good one, guys. Bye.